They will tell you Rome ruled the world. They will whisper about Persia. They will praise the glory of ancient China, but they will never tell you about the African empire that stood beside them, equal in power, equal in splendor, equal in destiny. Aksum, a kingdom so mighty the Romans themselves wrote its name with respect. A civilization so advanced it minted gold coins, built sky-piercing monuments, commanded oceans. Yet somehow, you were never taught this in school. Why? Why was one of the four greatest empires of the ancient world erased from your textbooks, your classrooms, your imagination? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will change how you see Africa forever. The Kingdom of Aksum, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be remembered. The Kingdom of Aksum rose in the highlands of what we now call Ethiopia and Eritrea. From this mountain throne, it controlled the arteries of the ancient world, the trade routes that connected Africa, Arabia, India, and the Roman Empire. Gold, ivory, frankincense, myrrh, all flowed through Aksum, and towering above its capital stands its most haunting legacy, the Aksum obelisks. Giant stone monoliths carved from a single piece of granite, still standing after more than 1,000 years, pointing toward the heavens like frozen pillars of time. In this story, you will learn how Aksum began, how it rose, how it conquered, how it worshipped, how it fell, and why its spirit still breathes in Ethiopia today. Before there was an empire, there was mystery. The origins of Aksum disappear into legend. Whispers of ancient tribes in the Ethiopian highlands, farmers and herders who gathered around fertile valleys and mountain springs until they became something greater, something powerful. Trade awakened Aksum. As camel caravans crossed Arabia, as Roman ships sailed the Red Sea, Aksum placed itself at the center of everything. Every route, every port, every deal. They controlled it all. The world paid Aksum in gold. Aksum paid the world in influence. And in the heart of this rising empire, something extraordinary appeared. The Aksumite obelisks. Carved with windows, doors, floors, as if they were stone skyscrapers, they were not tombs but symbols. Symbols of status, symbols of power. The largest stood over 30 meters tall. A single stone, lifted, carved, raised, by a civilization that experts claim had no advanced engineering. Look at those monoliths and decide for yourself. Then came King Ezana, a ruler who changed the fate of an empire. Under his reign, Aksum became one of the first great empires on earth to adopt Christianity, long before Europe ever called itself Christian. Ezana left inscriptions, carved in stone, declaring the new faith. The empire shifted, a new identity was born, and the legends whispered something deeper. Aksum, they said, was linked to the Queen of Sheba, the mysterious African monarch who traveled to meet King Solomon. Their son, Menelik, is said to have carried the Ark of the Covenant back to Aksum. Myth, history, or a truth too powerful to reveal? Aksum didn't just pray. It thrived. Its coins, gold, silver, bronze, circulated from Africa to India, stamped with kings, stamped with crosses, stamped with confidence. This was not a tribal kingdom. This was a global economy. And when the mighty Kingdom of Kush stood in Aksum's way, Ezana marched his armies north. Kush, the ancient rival of Egypt, the old guardian of the Nile, fell. Aksum ended a civilization that had existed for 2,000 years. Africa's old order was gone. Aksum stood unchallenged. But power always brings enemies. Persia challenged Aksum. Arabia challenged Aksum. Wars raged across the Red Sea. Empires clashed for control of the trade routes, the ports, the wealth. Aksum fought fiercely, but the world was changing. Trade moved north. Islam rose across Arabia. The climate shifted. The land dried. Harvests failed. Caravans stopped passing through Aksum's gates. Slowly, silently, the empire dimmed. Its last kings retreated into the mountains. the once roaring ports fell quiet. The obelisks watched the silence settle, and Aksum, the empire that stood beside Rome, Persia, and China, faded from the world's memory. But not from Ethiopia. The legacy of Aksum lives in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and the stone churches of Lalibela, in the belief that the Ark of the Covenant rests within Aksum's ancient walls, in the pride of a people who refuse to be conquered. Africa remembers, even when the world does not. First, Aksum built stone monuments taller than anything in sub-Saharan Africa for more than 1,000 years, without modern cranes, without steel tools, without mortar. Archaeologists still don't know exactly how. Second, Aksum is the only African empire ever mentioned in Roman, Persian, and Chinese records as a global superpower, all at the same time. Africa wasn't isolated. Africa was in the room where history happened. Third, Aksum's ships reached India centuries before European explorers even dreamed of crossing oceans. This empire wasn't just powerful on land, it commanded the sea. If this story moved you, if it awakens something in you, then don't let it end here. Like this video, subscribe to Dark African Chronicles, and in the comments, tell us which African empire you want uncovered next, because the past is calling, and together we will answer it.